There is a secret that the most successful people in the world quietly understand. Not everything needs to be shared, announced, or displayed. True progress, real mastery, and lasting success often happen away from the spotlight, while the world thinks nothing is happening at all. Think about it. The loudest voices are not always the most powerful. The constant talkers, the oversharers, the people who feel the need to broadcast every move, they create noise, but not always results. On the other hand, those who choose silence, patience, and focus often surprise the world with achievements no one saw coming. This audiobook is about cultivating that discipline. It's about learning the art of moving in silence, keeping your vision protected, and allowing your results, not your words, to speak for you. Silence is not weakness. It is strategy. It is self-control in a world addicted to attention. It is clarity in a world clouded by noise. And it is your shield against envy, doubt, and distraction. Here you will discover why silence can be your greatest weapon, how to protect your goals and dreams from negative energy and unnecessary interference, the ways to cultivate focus and consistency, even when nobody is watching, how to transform private discipline into public victories. As you listen, I encourage you to reflect deeply, pause when necessary, and even take note. This audiobook is not just about motivation, it is about transformation. If applied, these lessons will not only change how you work, but also how you live. So let's begin this journey together. It's time to understand why the quiet path often leads to the loudest victory. It's time to move in silence, so that you may succeed in public. Chapter 1. The Power of Silence. Written and published by ReadFlow Audiobook. In a world that rewards noise, silence has become a rare and underestimated strength. Today, people feel pressured to broadcast every detail of their lives, what they're working on, where they are, what they plan to achieve. Social media amplifies this urge, making many believe that visibility equals progress. But in truth, progress is not built on noise. It is built in the quiet moments of discipline, when no one is clapping and no one is watching. Silence is not the absence of power. It is the gathering of it. When you choose silence, you are not being passive. You are protecting your energy, guarding your focus, and cultivating your results in private. It is like planting a seed. You don't pull it out every day to show people. You bury it, nurture it in darkness, and let time do its work. Only later do people see the tree, the fruit, and the strength that has been quietly developing all along. Why people fear silence. Most people fear silence because they crave validation. They feel the need to be seen, heard, and acknowledged for every step. This hunger for recognition weakens them. When you tell everyone your plans, you open yourself up to criticism, doubt, jealousy, and unnecessary opinions. Suddenly, the fire of your vision is exposed to winds that can easily blow it out. Those who truly succeed understand that silence is not emptiness. It is protection. They let their results announce them, not their words. Think of the greatest inventors, athletes, and leaders. Many of them worked in obscurity for years. While others were chasing attention, they were refining skills, building systems, and preparing for the moment the world could no longer ignore them. Silence as a strategy. Choosing silence is a strategic move. It creates mystery, and mystery creates respect. When people cannot predict your next move, they cannot stop it. When they cannot fully understand your process, they cannot weaken it. Silence gives you control over your narrative. Instead of defending your dreams to others, you let your success speak on your behalf. Consider the lion. It does not roar when it hunts. It moves quietly, deliberately, focused on its target. Only after it has secured its victory does the jungle hear its roar. That is the nature of true power. Silent in preparation, loud in result. How to practice the discipline of silence. Keep your plans private. Share your goals only with people who are invested in your success, not with everyone. Work without announcement. Focus on the daily habits that move you forward instead of posting or talking about them. Observe more than you speak. Listening teaches you what others miss, and silence allows you to notice opportunities that noise drowns out. Detach from validation. Stop seeking applause. The satisfaction of progress should come from within, not from public recognition. The confidence behind silence. Silence is the mark of confidence. Insecurity needs constant reassurance, but confidence thrives without it. When you are truly dedicated to your vision, you don't need to prove yourself in conversation. You prove yourself in action. Your silence is a quiet declaration. I don't need you to believe in me. I believe in myself enough to keep going. This is the power of silence. It is the soil in which greatness grows. The world may not notice your progress at first, but when it does, it will not be able to deny it, because silence builds substance, and substance always outlasts noise. Chapter 2. Protecting your vision. Every dream begins fragile like a candle flame in the wind. It is bright and inspiring, but it can easily be extinguished by doubt, negativity, or distraction. This is why recutting your vision is just as important as pursuing it. Without protection, even the strongest goals can be derailed before they ever take root. Many people fail not because their dreams were impossible, but because they exposed those dreams too soon. They spoke of their plans to people who could not understand them, or worse, people who did not want them to succeed. The truth is, not everyone is meant to know what you're working on. Some will question you. Some will ridicule you, some will secretly envy you, and others, without even meaning to, will plant seeds of doubt in your mind that grow into hesitation and fear. Your vision is a seed, and like any seed, it must be placed in the right soil, protected from harsh elements until it is strong enough to survive on its own. Sharing your vision too early is like planting a seed and then allowing anyone who passes by to dig it up, step on it, or toss it aside. To succeed, you must build a protective barrier around your vision until it grows deep root. The enemies of vision. To protect your vision, you must first recognize the forces that threaten it. Doubt from others. Even people who love you may discourage you because your dream looks too big or unfamiliar to them. They project their own fears onto your path. Jealousy and envy. Not everyone wants you to succeed. Some prefer you to stay where you are because your growth makes them uncomfortable. Distractions. Too much exposure pulls you into unnecessary debates, opinions, and comparisons. Instead of building, you find yourself explaining. Impatience. The pressure to show progress quickly can make you reveal too much before the foundation is solid. The wise protect their vision by moving strategically, not impulsively. How to guard your dreams. Tell your vision only to those who can strengthen it. Mentors, trusted allies, or those who inspire growth. Keep some things to yourself. You don't owe the world an explanation for your moves. Protecting your vision means allowing it to mature in silence. Detach from outside approval. The value of your dream is not determined by how many people believe in it. Even if no one sees it yet, your belief is enough. Set boundaries. Guard your time and energy. Not every conversation deserves your presence. Not every opinion deserves your attention. The discipline of quiet work. True visionaries understand the strength of working quietly. They resist the temptation to prove themselves prematurely. Instead, they focus on laying bricks every day, building a foundation so strong that when the world finally sees it, it cannot be denied. Think of the architect who draws blueprints in private, long before the skyscraper rises. To the outside world, it may look like nothing is happening, but inside there is focus, calculation, and preparation. By the time the foundation is revealed, the vision is unstoppable. Your vision deserves that kind of discipline. Protect it, and one day, it will stand tall enough for the world to see. And when it does, the same people who doubted you will ask how you did it. The confidence of hidden growth. There is a quiet confidence in protecting your vision. It says, I don't need to convince you. I don't need your approval. I am building something greater than your opinion. Every day you protect your vision in silence, you are strengthening it. Every boundary you set against negativity is a wall that keeps your dream alive. And when the time is right, your vision will emerge stronger, brighter, and undeniable. This is how you protect your vision, not with loud declarations, but with quiet, relentless commitment. Chapter 3. The power of strategic silence. Silence is often misunderstood. Many people confuse silence with weakness, passivity, or lack of confidence. Yet, in reality, silence is one of the most powerful tools you can ever master. It is not the silence of emptiness. It is the silence of control. It is the choice to withhold, to observe, to calculate and to strike with precision when the time is right. Those who succeed in public rarely do so by broadcasting every move they make. Instead, they understand the wisdom of keeping quiet, holding back, and letting their results speak louder than their words. This is the essence of strategic silence. Why silence is power. Words are energy. Every time you speak, you give away information, your thoughts, your emotions, your plans. In the wrong hands, that information can be used against you. Strategic silence, therefore, is not about hiding. It's about protecting your power. Silence builds mystery. When people cannot read your every move, they are forced to guess, and uncertainty gives you the advantage. Silence protects your energy. Not every battle deserves your words. Some arguments win themselves when you refuse to participate. Silence magnifies your voice. When you do finally speak, your words carry more weight because they are rare and deliberate. Silence strengthens observation. While others are busy talking, you are learning, studying their intentions, weaknesses, and patterns. The difference between weak silence and strong silence. Not all silence is created equal. Weak silence comes from fear. It is the silence of someone who has no courage to speak. Strong silence, on the other hand, is intentional. It is chosen, not forced. It says, I can speak, but I will not. I could reveal, but I choose to protect. Strong silence is never about shrinking. It is about conserving energy for the right moment. It is about creating impact through timing. Practical ways to practice strategic silence. Sometimes the strongest response is no response. Allow people to sit with their assumptions. On social media, don't announce every step of your journey. The more you reveal, the more vulnerable your strategy becomes. Post results, not processes. In conflict, not every insult deserves your attention. Walking away can be a louder statement than 1,000 defensive words. In negotiation, silence is a powerful tool in business. After making your offer, stay quiet. Often the other side will fill the silence by revealing more than they intended. With your goals, speak less about what you will do and show more of what you have already done. Silence here protects your momentum. The psychological power of silence. People often become uncomfortable with silence. They rush to fill the space with words, revealing more than they planned. The one who can remain calm in silence automatically controls the Think about great leaders, negotiators, or even the wisest elders in communities. They are not the ones who constantly speak. They are the ones who listen more, who pause before answering, and who choose their words like precious jewels. Their silence gives their presence gravity. Silence as a strategy for growth. When you protect your energy by being silent, you give yourself more room for focus. You are not wasting time defending your ideas to doubters. You are not scattering your energy in unnecessary debate. Instead, you are channeling your strength into building, preparing, and growing. The oak tree does not shout while growing. It grows quietly, year after year, until one day it towers above everything around it. That is the model of true success. Patient, quiet, undeniable. Action steps to build strategic silence. Practice listening twice as much as you speak. Journal your thoughts and goals instead of announcing them to the world. In heated conversations, pause before you reply. Ask yourself, does this deserve my energy? Create private spaces, mentally and physically, where you protect your growth without interference. Replace the urge to announce with the discipline to execute. The respect earned through silence. People respect what they cannot easily predict. When you move in silence, you create an aura of authority. You are not always available for gossip. You are not always explaining yourself. You are not seeking validation, and that restraint itself commands respect. Remember, silence is not the absence of power. It is the presence of discipline. And in a world full of noise, the one who controls silence is the one who controls influence. Chapter 4. Protecting your energy and focus. Success is not only about talent, intelligence, or ambition. It is about energy management. The most successful people are not those who work endlessly without pause, but those who guard their focus like a priceless treasure. They understand that energy is currency, and focus is the compass that directs it. Without discipline in these two areas, even the most gifted individuals end up drained, distracted, and defeated. If you want to succeed in public, you must first learn the art of protecting your inner resources. Moving in silence is not only about hiding your plans, it is about refusing to let distractions, negativity, or unnecessary people drain the energy you need for your journey. Why protecting energy matters. Every day, countless demands fight for your attention. Social media notifications, conversations, conflicts, opinions, and temptations. Each one pulls a small portion of your energy. And while one distraction may seem harmless, added together, they steal hours of focus and momentum. Protecting your energy matters because energy fuels productivity. Without it, even small tasks feel heavy. Focus shapes direction. If your focus scatters, your progress slows. Clarity protects peace. When your mind is clear, you make sharper decisions. Discipline builds strength. Every choice to conserve energy builds resilience for the long run. The silent drainers of energy. Energy leaks are often subtle, and many people fail to notice them until they feel exhausted. Here are the silent thieves that must be eliminated. Overexposure to negative people. Gossip, complaining, and toxic conversations consume more energy than you realize. Overcommitment. Saying yes to everything leaves you burned out and unable to prioritize. Digital distractions. Endless scrolling, reacting to every notification, or constantly comparing yourself online drains both energy and confidence. Unnecessary arguments. Every battle does not deserve your sword. Choose silence over pointless wars. Self-doubt and overthinking. The mind can waste more energy in worry than the body spends in action. The power of boundaries. Boundaries are the walls that protect your focus. Without them, your energy is freely available to anyone who demands it. With them, you gain control over your time, your environment, and your peace of mind. Set time boundaries. Block out hours for deep work and protect them like appointments. Set personal boundaries. Learn to say no without guilt. Every yes to someone else is a no to yourself. Set digital boundaries. Limit social media consumption. Use it as a tool, not a trap. Set relational boundaries. Distance yourself from those who drain more than they add. Silence can be a shield. Focus. The weapon of the silent mover. Focus is not about doing more. It is about doing the right things with full attention. The silent achiever knows that scattered attention leads to scattered results. That is why they guard their focus with discipline. When you focus deeply, your work quality improves because you are fully present. Your progress accelerates because you cut out distractions. Your confidence grows because you see measurable results. Practical ways to protect energy and focus. Start the day with clarity. Write down your top 3 priorities before the world demands your attention. Limit energy leaks. Identify one habit, person, or distraction that drains you, and cut it down this week. Practice solitude. Spend at least 15 minutes daily in silence to recharge and recenter your thoughts. Guard your mornings and nights. Begin and end your day with practices that fuel peace. Journaling, reading, prayer, or meditation. Batch your distractions. Instead of reacting to everything instantly, set specific times to check messages, emails, or updates. The silent strength of energy conservation. Think of your energy as water in a container. If you keep pouring it into leaks, arguments, negativity, distractions, you will have nothing left to nourish your own garden. But if you seal the leaks and direct your water wisely, you will see growth, fruitfulness, and abundance. Protecting your energy is not selfish. It is survival. Protecting your focus is not isolation. It is strategy. By moving in silence and channeling your energy into purposeful work, you not only build momentum, but also ensure that when you do step into the public eye, you shine without exhaustion. Chapter 5. Mastering Self-Discipline in Silence. Every dream, every goal, every success story has one silent architect: self-discipline. Talent may open the door, Intelligence may set the foundation, but discipline is the force that builds, sustains, and secures success. Without it, even the most brilliant plans collapse under the weight of inconsistency. Moving in silence requires more than secrecy. It demands mastery over self. Discipline is not about controlling others or circumstances. It is about controlling your impulses, your emotions, and your actions. This is what separates those who merely talk from those who quietly build legacies. The truth about self-discipline. Discipline is not punishment. It is freedom. Freedom from chaos. Freedom from regret. Freedom from the constant cycle of starting and quitting. The disciplined individual lives with structure, and that structure gives them peace. Without discipline, goals remain wishes. Without discipline, effort becomes wasted motion. Without discipline, consistency never forms. Success is rarely about one grand event. It is the daily disciplined repetition of small intentional actions. The silent discipline of consistency. Those who move in silence understand a secret. Greatness is hidden in routine. The world sees the athlete's medal, but not the hours of sweat when no one is watching. The world applauds the business deal, but not the years of silent work building credibility. Consistency does not shout, it whispers. It says, I will show up today, tomorrow, and the day after, no matter how I feel. Ask yourself, can you stay consistent in silence, without applause, without recognition, without validation? That is the true test of discipline. The enemies of discipline. To master discipline, you must identify and defeat the enemies that threaten it. Procrastination, the silent killer of dreams, disguised as later. Distractions, social media, endless entertainment, gossip that pull you off track. Comfort, the enemy of growth is ease. Discipline often requires discomfort. Lack of clarity, when goals are vague. Discipline has no target. Building self-discipline in silence. Here are proven, actionable ways to cultivate discipline without drawing attention. Don't aim to change everything overnight. Start small, but be consistent. A daily 10 minutes of focused work compounds over time. Track your progress privately. Journals, apps, or even checklists help measure consistency without external validation. When tempted, train yourself to wait. The ability to pause is power. Keep promises to yourself. Each time you honor your word, you build self-respect and inner strength. Discipline and the silent worker's advantage. Most people fail not because they lack dreams, but because they lack the discipline to sustain them. The silent worker thrives here because their strength is invisible. They are not distracted by showing results too soon. They do the work in the dark while others waste energy seeking applause. The advantage of discipline is simple. It compounds. Every act of discipline makes the next one easier. Over time, the disciplined individual builds momentum so powerful that when the results finally appear, they seem unstoppable. Practical exercises for discipline. This sets the tone of control. The 2-minute rule. If a task takes less than 2 minutes, do it immediately. This kills procrastination at the root. Reward yourself strategically. Celebrate consistency, not just results. This trains your brain to crave disciplined behavior. Limit your options. Remove temptations from your environment. Willpower is strongest when it doesn't have to fight constantly. Build streaks. Challenge yourself to 30 days of consistency in one key habit. Protect that streak as if your reputation depends on it. The legacy of silent discipline. Self-discipline is the quiet builder of empires. You may not notice its impact in a week or even a month, but in a year, in 5 years, in a decade, its compounding power will shock even you. In silence, discipline creates strength. In silence, it molds character. In silence, it turns ordinary individuals into extraordinary achievers. When you learn to master self-discipline, you won't need to announce your progress. The results will announce themselves. Chapter 6. The power of patience and timing. Success is not only about effort, intelligence, or strategy. It is also about timing. Just as seeds planted in fertile soil require seasons of quiet growth before they bear fruit, every goal in life has its timing. To move in silence and succeed in public, you must learn the art of patience. Patience is not weakness. It is not inaction. It is strength under control. It is faith in the process. The confidence that what you're building in the dark will bloom in the light when the time is right. The silent strength of patience. Most people fail not because they lack skill or talent, but because they lack patience. They quit too soon. They announce too early. They demand results before the foundation is ready. Patience is what keeps you steady when results seem delayed. It is what stops you from comparing your journey to others. It gives you the ability to stay in your lane, trusting that your season will come. Think of a bamboo tree. For years you water it and see almost nothing. Then suddenly, it shoots up dramatically. Did it grow overnight? No, it was developing underground, building roots strong enough to sustain rapid growth. Your silent work is the same. The danger of moving too fast. Impatience is one of the greatest enemies of silent success. When you rush to reveal your plans too early, inviting unnecessary opinions, criticism, or sabotage, you skip the process, missing out on essential lessons that build character. You settle for less, choosing short-term comfort over long-term greatness. You burn out, because haste drains energy faster than consistency. Greatness requires time, and rushing can destroy what discipline has built. Why timing matters in silence. Every action has a moment when it is most effective. Planting before the soil is ready, or harvesting too early produces disappointment. In the same way, there are times when silence is your greatest weapon, and times when revealing your success is unavoidable. Timing helps you launch your ideas when the foundation is strong enough to withstand challenges. Stay ahead strategically, moving when others least expect it. Avoid unnecessary noise, because you don't waste energy proving yourself too soon. Developing patience in silence. Patience is not something you're born with. It is trained. Here's how you can cultivate it in your silent journey. Shift your perspective. View waiting not as wasted time, but as preparation time. Focus on progress, not speed. Measure growth in steps taken, not in races won. Use waiting periods for skill building. Every delay is an opportunity to sharpen your tools. Control your comparisons. Other people's timelines are not your timeline. Stop measuring your growth against theirs. Practice small acts of patience daily, from standing in a line calmly to delaying gratification in small ways. Each moment trains your will. The silent worker's advantage in timing. The silent worker is not rushed. They don't need applause today, because they know their results will speak tomorrow. This patience becomes a weapon. While others scramble to show progress prematurely, the silent achiever quietly prepares for a breakthrough, so undeniable that no one can ignore it. Patience also creates a sense of mystery. When you're not constantly showing what you're doing, people wonder, and when your results finally surface, they carry more weight because they were unexpected. Practical exercises for building patience and timing. Set long-term goals with milestones. Break a big goal into small steps, so you can celebrate progress without needing instant results. Journal your journey. Writing about your silent growth helps you see how far you've come, keeping impatience in check. Visualize the end. Remind yourself daily of what you're working toward. It strengthens your commitment to wait for the right moment. Create a waiting strategy. Instead of being anxious, decide how you will use waiting periods productively. Reading, learning, networking, silently. Adopt the mantra, "Not yet is not never." This simple phrase will remind you that delays are not denied. The legacy of patience in silence. Every master of their craft has understood timing. The artist waits years before recognition. The investor waits decades before wealth compounds. The builder waits for foundations to cure before building high. Patience ensures that when your public success finally arrives, it is not fragile, it is lasting. It is built on deep roots, steady discipline, and timing that cannot be shaken. In silence, patience becomes your shield. It keeps you steady in the storm, unshaken by distractions, and focused on the long game. When the time comes, your success will not just be visible, it will be undeniable. Chapter 7. The Discipline of Consistency in Silence. If patience is the shield of silent success, then consistency is the sword. It cuts through excuses, doubts, and distractions. While talent may give you a head, consistency is what carries you to the finish line. In a world obsessed with speed and shortcuts, consistency is often underrated. Yet, those who win in public are usually those who kept showing up in private when no one was watching. Consistency transforms small, hidden actions into massive, visible results. Why consistency is the hidden key to success. Most people do not fail because they lack opportunity. They fail because they cannot sustain momentum. They start strong but quit when challenges arise. The silent achiever understands that greatness is not built in bursts, but in the steady rhythm of persistence. Think of water carving through stone. It is not a single splash that shapes the rock, but the relentless dripping over time. That is the quiet power of consistency. Consistency builds trust in yourself, strengthens habits until they become identity, makes progress inevitable, even if slow, separates you from the crowd, because most people stop when it gets hard. The science of habits and silent growth. Your life is the sum of your habits. What you repeatedly do becomes who you are. The silent worker leverages habits as tools for invisible growth. Small daily actions compound. Reading 10 pages, saving a small amount, or practicing a skill daily creates exponential results. Habits reduce reliance on motivation. When your actions are automated, you no longer need emotional highs to stay consistent. Invisible effort builds visible mastery. While others see only the final performance, your unseen daily repetitions create excellence. Consistency doesn't require greatness every day. It requires showing up every day. The danger of inconsistency. Inconsistency is the silent killer of dreams. It creates a cycle of starting and stopping, leading to wasted energy. Weakens self-belief because you prove to yourself that you cannot follow through. Leaves your progress invisible because it never compounds long enough to be seen. Keeps you in a state of constant reset, always beginning but never finishing. The public never sees the inconsistent achiever because there is nothing solid to reveal. The silent worker's formula for consistency. To succeed in silence, you must build a structure that makes consistency almost automatic. Clarity of vision. Know what you are building so every day's work feels meaningful. Set non-negotiables. Create routines that you follow no matter how you feel. For example, I write 500 words every morning, or I train for 30 minutes daily. Track your progress. Keep a log, journal, or checklist to reinforce momentum. Use accountability wisely. Share goals selectively, only with people who encourage discipline, not with those who pressure you prematurely. Anchor habits to triggers. Attach new habits to existing ones. Example, after brushing your teeth, you meditate for 5 minutes. How silence strengthens consistency. When you keep your efforts private, you remove unnecessary pressure. You don't waste energy trying to look consistent for others. You focus on actually being consistent. Silence protects you from no one's opinions can derail your rhythm. Premature validation. Without applause you stay hungry. Comparison traps. You measure against your own progress, not others' performances. This privacy gives you freedom. Freedom to fail quietly, restart quietly, and grow quietly until your success speaks loudly. Practical tools for consistency. The 2-minute rule. If it takes less than 2 minutes, do it now. This keeps small habits alive. Don't break the chain method. Mark a calendar each day you complete your habit. Aim never to break the streak. Environment design. Place reminders and tools around you. Books on your desk. Gym clothes ready. Notifications off. Reward system. Create silent rewards for progress. For example, allow yourself a treat after 30 days of discipline. Focus on identity. Instead of saying, I want to write a book, say, I am a writer. Identity sustains consistency better than goal. The legacy of consistency in silence. When you look at anyone who has achieved greatness, athletes, leaders, creators, their results were built not in sudden leaps, but in disciplined steps. They mastered the art of consistency when no one was applauding, and that's why their results shine when everyone is watching. In silence, Consistency becomes your invisible engine. Day by day, you build strength, skill, and resilience. And when the day comes for your success to be revealed, people will call it talent, luck, or destiny. But you will know it was consistency, hidden in silence, that created it all. Chapter 8. Guarding your energy in silence. Success is not only about talent, skill, or consistency, it is also about energy management. Every action you take, every decision you make, and every interaction you in either drains or fuels your energy. The silent achiever understands this truth and protects energy as if it were gold. Most people waste their energy in battles that don't matter, in conversations that serve no purpose, and in distractions disguised as opportunities. The result, when it's time to focus on what truly matters, they are already exhausted. The discipline of silence is not just about withholding words, it is about conserving energy for your mission. The economics of energy. Think of your energy like money in a bank account. Every day you wake up with a balance. Where you spend it determines your results. Complaining drains energy. Explaining yourself too much drains energy. Engaging in gossip, arguments, or unnecessary debates drains energy. Scrolling endlessly through distractions drains energy. But take it. Focused work multiplies energy. Deep rest restores energy. Healthy choices sustain energy. Purposeful silence preserves energy. Those who win in public are those who spend their energy wisely in private. The silent filter. Choosing where energy goes. Not every battle deserves your sword, and not every voice deserves your response. To guard your energy in silence, you must adopt a filter system. Does this matter long term? If not, don't waste energy on it. Will this interaction push me forward or hold me back? Protect your focus. Is this aligned with my goals? If it's not feeding your growth, it's draining it. Am I doing this for approval or for purpose? Approval seeking is the greatest leak of energy. Every yes you say to distractions is a no to your destiny. Silence as a shield against energy vampires. There are people who feed on your energy. They thrive on drawing you into arguments, guilt trips, or constant requests. The silent worker does not fight them with words. Instead, they withdraw quietly. Not every goodbye needs to be announced. Set boundaries calmly. Silence gives power to a simple no. Limit exposure. Energy-draining people lose their grip when you no longer provide them with attention. Protecting your energy does not make you selfish. It makes you strategic. The role of rest in silent success. A common mistake ambitious people make is glorifying exhaustion. They believe that being constantly busy is the same as being productive. But busyness without recovery is a silent killer of dreams. The silent achiever honors rest, not as laziness, but as strategic recovery. They understand that sleep is fuel. It restores clarity, creativity, and decision-making power. Stillness recharges focus. Meditation, walks in nature, or quiet reflection reset mental energy. Sabbath moments matter. A day of intentional rest sharpens long-term resilience. In silence, rest is not wasted time. It is preparation for stronger performance. Energy and focus, a two-sided coin. Energy without focus is wasted. Focus without energy collapses. To succeed in silence, you need both. Practical ways to protect energy for focus. Morning rituals. Start your day with intention instead of reaction. Avoid waking up to social media. Digital boundaries. Silence unnecessary notifications. Your attention is too valuable to be rented by algorithm. Focused work blocks. Work in 60-90-minute deep sessions, then recharge brief. Nutrition and movement. Fuel your body with healthy choices. Your mind cannot function at its best if your body is neglected. How silence multiplies energy. When you are silent about your progress, you eliminate the noise of outside expectations. This frees your mental energy for the real work. When you are silent in arguments, You preserve energy that others waste in proving points. When you are silent about your struggles, you reduce the weight of unnecessary pity or advice. In silence, your energy compounds. While others burn themselves out seeking attention, you arrive at success stronger, sharper, and more resilient. Practical action plan for guarding energy. Silence yourself from those drains. Create energy rituals. A daily walk, journaling, stretching or breathwork can recharge you. You don't owe long explanations. Protect your peace with short boundaries. The silent legacy of energy mastery. History's great achievers did not succeed because they worked endlessly. They succeeded because they channeled their energy intentionally. They chose where to fight, when to rest, and how to preserve their power for the moments that mattered most. Your silence is not emptiness. It is storage of energy. Every drop you save in private becomes strength revealed in public. When you learn to guard your energy, you no longer live drained, distracted, and defeated. Instead, you live charged, focused, and unstoppable. And when your breakthrough finally arrives, you will not be exhausted. You will be. Chapter 9. Mastering the Art of Timing in Silence. Silence is not only about what you don't say, it's also about when you choose to act. Many people fail, not because they lack talent or effort, but because they lack timing. They speak too soon, reveal too much, or act before their foundation is strong. The silent achiever understands that timing is as critical as effort, and patience often decides the difference between success and failure. The power of strategic delay. There is a myth in our fast-paced world that moving fast always equals winning. But speed without strategy leads to mistakes, burnout, and missed opportunities. Silence teaches you to wait with wisdom. Too early, and you sabotage your growth. Sharing your dreams before they're strong exposes them to doubt and criticism. Too late, and you miss the window. Waiting endlessly out of fear means opportunities slip through your hands. At the right time, doors open effortlessly. When you've prepared silently, your moment feels natural instead of forced. Timing is the difference between planting a seed in fertile soil and throwing it onto concrete. Silence is a timing tool. Silence is not empty. It's active preparation. While others rush, you wait, watch, and prepare. This allows you to observe patterns. Silence sharpens your ability to notice shifts. Who is consistent? Who is unstable? What trends are emerging? Avoid noise decisions. When you stop reacting to pressure, you gain space to make clear, calculated moves. Strengthen readiness. While waiting, you build your skills, your discipline, and your strategy. Like an archer, you pull back in silence, not to hide, but to gather power for the release. Patience versus procrastination. There's a thin line between strategic waiting and fear-based delay. Silence teaches you to discern the difference. Patience is preparation. You are still moving, learning, and improving, even if no one sees it. Procrastination is avoidance. You are delaying action because of fear, laziness, or uncertainty. The silent achiever is never idle. They are quietly preparing so that when their moment comes, they are unstoppable. How to master timing in your journey. Here are practical steps to align silence with timing. Build before you broadcast. Don't announce your goals, develop them until they're undeniable. Learn to read seasons. Not every season is for action. Some seasons are for planting seeds, others for harvesting results. Use silence to test readiness. Ask yourself, am I acting because I'm prepared or because I feel pressured? Act quietly, reveal loudly. Move behind the scenes until your work is strong enough to speak for itself. Case study. Nature's lesson. Nature offers timeless wisdom on timing. A bamboo seed, when planted, shows no visible growth for 5 years. Yet beneath the soil its roots are spreading, preparing for explosive growth. Then within a few weeks it can grow over 80 feet tall. Success works the same way. If you try to rush the growth, you will dig up the seed too early. If you stay patient in silence, the explosion will be inevitable. Avoiding the trap of premature exposure. Many people fail because they expose themselves before they're ready. They share their goals too early, receiving doubt that weakens their drive, reveal their projects too soon, attracting criticism before stability, take on opportunities without preparation, collapsing under pressure. The silent achiever avoids this by delaying exposure until strength is visible. They understand it's not about proving now, it's about lasting later. The balance of action and restraint. Silence does not mean inaction, it means intentional action. Every decision you take should be timed with clarity. Ask yourself, is this the right time to speak or to stay silent? Is this the right time to act or to keep preparing? Is this the right time to reveal or to continue building? Those who master this balance win without rushing, succeed without forcing, and grow without collapsing. Practical action plan for timing. Practice silent observation. Spend more time watching and less time reacting. Opportunities often reveal themselves quiet. Develop private milestones. Measure progress in silence instead of seeking public approval. Move with cycles. Work hard during seasons of energy. Rest during seasons of recovery. Trust delayed results. Understand that some rewards take longer but are worth the wait. Release strategically. Share your work when it is strong enough to stand without constant defense. The silent legacy of timing. The greatest leaders and achievers were not only talented, they were masters of timing. They knew when to speak, when to stay quiet, when to move, and when to wait. When you combine silence with timing, you become unstoppable. You do not waste energy proving yourself too soon, and you do not miss opportunities by waiting too long. Instead, you strike at the exact moment when preparation meets opportunity. In that moment, the world does not see your waiting, your silence, or your quiet work. They only see the sudden success and they call it overnight. But you know the truth. It was timing, built in silence, revealed in power. Chapter 10. The Victory of Silence. Living your success out loud. Every journey comes to an end, and every end holds the seed of a new beginning. You've walked through the lessons of silence, patience, timing, discipline, and inner strength. By now you understand that silence is not weakness, nor is it hiding. Silence is strategy. It is the secret chamber where vision is built, where focus sharpens, and where greatness takes form. Success, when born from silence, becomes unshakable. It doesn't rely on applause, it doesn't depend on validation, and it doesn't crumble under criticism. It is real, earned, and lasting. The silent foundation of greatness. Every achievement you've admired in life, from leaders, creators, thinkers, and innovators, was built on a foundation of silence. Behind every public success was a private grind. The artist practicing in solitude long before the world applauded. The athlete training in silence before stadiums cheered. The entrepreneur quietly building, refining, failing, and learning before the launch went public. What the world sees is the victory. What they do not see is the silence that birthed it. Your silence is your advantage. It keeps your vision safe from envy. It protects your dreams from premature judgment. It allows you to gather strength before exposure. And when the right moment comes, silence transforms into undeniable success. Living the balance. Silent building, loud results. This is the life of the silent achiever. Build quietly, act strategically, reveal only when results speak louder than words. You don't need to argue with doubters. Results silence them. You don't need to defend your vision. Execution validates it. You don't need to rush. Timing will reward your patience. The world celebrates the harvest, but the wise know it's the silent seasons of planting that made it possible. Why the world needs your silence-driven success. Living in a noisy world, people crave authenticity. When they see you succeed, not through loud talk but through quiet discipline, you inspire. You show that strength isn't in shouting but in self-mastery. Your silence is more than a personal strategy. It becomes a message to others that patience still wins, that focus is still powerful, that real results always outweigh empty words. The final call. Your silent victory. Now it's your turn. You've read, you've reflected, and now you must act. Let this not just be another audiobook you finish and forget. Let it be a roadmap you live by. Choose silence over unnecessary noise. Choose discipline over distraction. Choose timing over impulse. Choose action over empty words. And when you do, you will wake up one day in the position you've been working for. Stronger, wiser, respected, and victorious. The world will see your success and wonder how you did it. They will call it sudden, but you will know it was built silently, brick by brick, choice by choice, day by day. A word of gratitude and growth. Before we close, I want to thank you for walking this journey with me through silence, strength, and success. If these chapters have sparked something in you, then the mission is fulfilled. But the real power lies in what you do next. Remember, greatness is not built in a day, and neither is silence mastered overnight. Keep walking, keep building, keep moving in silence until your results speak for themselves. Conclusion and call to action. If this audiobook spoke to your spirit, if it gave you tools, strength, and clarity, then let's spread this movement of silence-driven success together. Like this video to let the message reach more people. Subscribe to the channel to continue your journey of growth and mastery. Share this audiobook with someone who needs to be reminded. You don't have to shout to succeed. You just have to move in silence and let success do the talking. Your future is waiting. Go. Build it in silence, and when you rise, rise so loudly that the world cannot ignore you.